Who's a bitch?
You're a bitch.
Oh, all right. Your mammy.
You're a mammy.
I didn't have a mammy.
Wait, hold
You
on. What's
know.
a mammy? I thought you just said your mother.
Yeah, no, your mammy. Like more like your nanny. I didn't have him. I didn't have a
Like
mammy.
granny mammy? What?
No, like a nanny. Like ugh. So like the black women that were nannies were called mammies at times.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just like not into the culture. And yet I say I am.
You part of a culture, that's for sure.
Well, good morning to everybody. The people listening on Twitter Spaces that are too lazy to fucking come over to YouTube Live.
Oh, are
My
they
name's
over
David
there?
Gokhshtein. Hi, Akil Patterson. How are you doing
Good,
this morning?
good morning, David. I'm great, man. Yeah, I'm great. I got my tea. I got my water. I got like three screens in front of me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk about some dumb stuff today.
This is the breakdown, episode 61. How we made it to episode 61 and we're still on the air is amazing. We are powered by unstoppable domains. Get yourself an unstoppable domain. Get yourself an NFT domain by going onto gokhshteinmedia.com and clicking a fucking link and just getting yourself an NFT. Like, how hard is it? What? Keep drinking. Keep drinking your tea. Go ahead.
This is the water.
Whatever. Also, our merch store is up. So if you want to look fly as fuck and you actually want to get attention, then you want to cop yourself either a sweater like Akil Patterson is modeling today. Yes, indeed. And that's an exclusive one. That's a limited one because it has established 2018 on it. Or you can get a t-shirt like mine, which says Gokhshtein Media. And in the back, we are Web3. Absolutely, we are Web3. You can go get that right now at gokhshteinmedia.com. Shout outs to everybody who's purchased some merch. You understand what it means to go ahead and get quality shit. This is the type of shit that you fall asleep in. Dangerous to drive a car in.
Oh,
By the way, we have
danger.
a comment already. You look hot, David, and absolutely, I know I'm hot as fuck. You don't
Yo,
have to tell me. Don't
tell your
remind me.
sister to stop. Tell your sister to stop DMing us.
I had to, I had to get somebody, bro. I had to get somebody.
Somebody's got to think you're gonna like.
I'll send you the check later. All right, Akil, man, what's going on?
Man, bro, do can I bring up like a crazy morning story that I just read last night?
What's up?
All right, so before I go into my crypto thing, because I do have a piece of crypto news, I want to just ask: did you see that the co-founder of Beyond Meat actually bit some dude's nose off at a football game?
That's reckless. That's some what football game was it?
I don't even know. I don't remember what game it was. All I remember is like, oh no, it was the Arkansas Razorbacks. It was a college football game this
So the
past weekend.
motherfucker that just decided to get up and say, "I'm gonna bite this motherfucker's nose off."
I guess they got into a little bit of an argument, and that's what he went for. He look, the dude from Beyond Meat, the meatless burgers, they traded on Wall Street, bit a dude's nose off. So the same people that will not eat an animal because it's murder will eat a human's nose because, well, the Razorbacks were fucking losing.
That is what happened to fighting? What happened to fight? Is fighting like an ancient sport now? Like,
I
is
guess
it an
it
ancient
is.
sport? What the fuck? What makes you get up and bite somebody's fucking nose off?
Wasn't that the one rule your parents always would say? Your dad would be like, "Yo, just don't bite somebody, man, or don't bite them and don't punch them in the nuts unneededly." Now, if you got to
May-
punch somebody in the nuts because you're about to die, like go ahead, but no
Maybe
biting. and no nut
M-
shots.
Maybe too much Silence of the Lambs on repeat. Fucking Hannibal Lecter up in this bitch.
I like to have mine with a kidney with a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
The fuck is wrong with people, man? Pandemics have done fucked everybody up. Yo, people been watching reruns of fucking Misery and fucking Silence of the Lambs. Yo, watch
Breaking
out.
ankles.
Breaking ankles. Anybody see Yo, Misery. What a fucking movie, man. Yo, what a movie. If you guys have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about, fucking go fucking watch that movie, man.
Wow.
Go watch that movie. What a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So beyond being misery and beyond meat, um, let me tell you how boring crypto news is. All right,
it's
David, I'm going to
fucking
tell you how boring
honestly,
crypto
it's
news is.
fucking boring. It's boring. It
It's
is
so
fucking
boring.
boring.
It's so boring right now that Dao Quan said, "Fuck you all. I ain't in hiding." Legitimately, Dao Quan made a statement says, "I'm not in hiding. I'm not running from anybody. Um, I'm just not coming back to fucking South Korea." Like that's what he said. He's like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not hiding. Good luck trying to extradite my ass." So Dao
Motherfuckers
Quan
like
is still in Singapore, and he's like, "I'm not hiding. I haven't gone anywhere." So he
mother,
basically
mother,
gave him the middle finger. He doesn't care.
motherfuckers like I'm out. I'm out. Do Quan, I'm out. What kind of fucking name is Do Quan, by the way?
Well, I mean, it could actually be. So I guess in some cultures, the first name, last name comes first, and then their first name. So it could have been Quan
Well, what
Do.
are you talking about? The Yao Ming thing?
Yeah,
Nah, but that's only they placed the Yao, the first name on the back of the jersey. That has nothing to
yeah.
fucking do with it. Yeah, I think that's it. Fucking what kind of seriously, like when they were naming him, somebody must have stubbed a toe on the fucking bedside, bro.
Dow, Dow. Like fucking, like Homer Simpson. So Dao Quan, not in hiding. He's not running away from you bitches. He's not scared of anybody. Um, you know what Dao Quan is scared of? A fruit salad. A salad right now. Dao Quan is petrified of seeing a salad right now. Dude looks like me on a good day. Like he like 290.
Nah, that's one fat motherfucker. That is one fatty. I'm not fat shaming, by the way. I'm not fat shaming. I'm definitely not fat shaming. Like you sons of bitches really need to calm yourself. First of all, yo, Keel, before we go into crypto, which is fucking boring right now because it's going sideways, and the only fucking news you got is Michael Saylor went ahead and bought like $6 million of Bitcoin. This guy's gonna have more Bitcoin than Satoshi when it's all said and done. He, she, or them, or whatever. But yo, what is up with these fucking ads, man? Like these ads that are going up in Times Square, these billboards that are going up all over the place, where they're showing off. You might disagree with me on this, but this is not healthy. Putting up big ass people and saying that this is okay, it's not okay. It is not okay to have diabetes. It is not okay to be extremely overweight. It's not okay. Absolutely not. Zero. It's not. And it's just
I'm
because
trying
you
to sink
mentioned
into
dope.
the oblivion because you're trying to get me into a fight. But here it is, David.
No, but it is no, it's not okay. Yo, Akil, it's not okay. Listen, there are conditions, medical conditions, which thyroid problems, right? Which
Yeah.
can lead you to being to go and be overweight.
Yeah.
But it's not okay to eat at McDonald's or Burger King and not exercise. It's not okay. It is not okay.
I
It
don't think
is
anybody
feel
says that. I
no, but
think what the
people do.
okay.
People do. I feel comfortable on my skin. I'm good with eating 19 cheeseburgers in 3 hours.
I mean, if you're okay with that, David, then go ahead. Be okay eating 19 cheeseburgers. By the
I'm
way,
not.
my record is 25. My record is 25 McDoubles.
I don't care if people. I honestly like. I speak from a standpoint of like I work out constantly,
Yeah.
and that's to stay in shape and be healthy. But my thing is like get out. Like you're not playing offensive line. You're not a defensive lineman. Okay. Um, the only excuse is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give exemptions to NFL players. Like if you're playing in the trenches, that's fine. But you know what? Even those sons of bitches at 6'5", 350 pounds. Have you ever seen Donald? You ever seen what Donald looks like?
Donald Trump?
No, Aaron Donald.
Oh, Aaron Donald. I'm sorry. It's like, did you?
Have you seen what he looks like? The
What,
man
with his
has
shirt off?
pubes. Yeah, this dude is a freak. That's why motherfuckers biting people's noses off. What,
Well,
Akil? What
here's
am
what
I
I'm going to
saying
tell.
wrong? Go ahead, because
Can I
I'm
tell
the
you?
one who's a loose cannon. Go ahead.
All right, so I can tell you now what I think. I can tell
Sure.
you now what I think about this.
Sure.
All right. Number one, it is a little bit of ridiculous that they just put on morbidly obese people. I agree. That is stupid, right? But there are also thick people in this world who do nothing. Like I'm thick. I'm just a big dude. I will never be skinny ever. Like I'm talking about like I'm the dude. I'm the kid. Remember when they had the husky session? The husky
Yeah.
section?
Yeah.
I shopped in the husky section. That's it.
But that's
Because I was always
different.
big.
You're big boned.
Well, yeah, but I'm thick. But that's like that ain't nothing I did. That was my mom and my dad and God and whatever.
Okay, but you're big. There's a difference. You just said it. This
I'm
whole
thick.
obesity shit being put on a billboard, that's horrific.
Well, no, so there's a difference though, because what some of them are doing is because they're doing this Lizzo thing, right? So Lizzo's a big girl, but she can move. But not everybody's Lizzo.
You think
So
Lizzo is healthy?
you know what? I think Lizzo's healthy and happy. That girl's listen, she running around and she does more exercise in a day than I do on that stage. She's running around, she's always pipping and popping. Like just a big girl. But some of these other people they're putting on billboards are not. And they're trying to like, look, here's what they're doing. They are health shaming me. Because guess what?
No,
No, no, no.
absolutely
No.
not.
Let me finish, David. They're health shaming me. Because what they say is you're either fat or you got 8-pack abs. But they're not saying the people that have, they have to struggle to make sure. Because look, I got to fight diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, stroke, kidney disease. All that stuff runs in my family. So I have to be more conscious about my body to ensure that I don't get those things later on in life. And what I'm saying is that between the media and these advertisement companies, it's like either you're fat and you're loving yourself, or you've got 8-pack abs. There's nothing in between for people like, hey, look, you're a good sized human. You're within your BMI context. No, you're either fat and they're like, oh, look at you. You're so happy. Or you're skinny and you got 8-pack abs. Fuck both of you. You all can kiss my overweight ass. I'm happy being thick. And
No, but that's you see, you missed the whole thing.
did I
That
miss
shit
it?
went over your head. Yes.
It didn't go over my head. You said that you don't like seeing those fat people up there. I'm saying fuck fat people and people with 8-pack abs trying to tell me that I'm not healthy.
I don't give a fuck about your BMI.
Well,
I'm
you
not
better.
talking about. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you got a fucking an 8-pack. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we are putting up billboards of fucking people that are 600 pounds and over,
And we're
fucking
putting
that
up
belong
billboards
on.
of people that got 8-pack abs. What the fuck's the difference?
But hold on. I ain't fuck them both. Fuck all of
Yeah,
them. I'm
that's
talking
what
about
I just
yourself.
said. Fuck both of them.
But hold on, but putting it out there, you're saying that it's okay to be fucking 2 minutes away from appearing on fucking TLC's 600 pounds and over, whatever that fucking show is called, where they're desperately trying
Or
to fucking seek surgery to, fucking, I don't know, get rid of their half their stomach, whatever, however that shit works. Okay. And then
or
to bring down their weight.
or you're get. Do you not see how it's saying the hypocrisy when they're like, "Oh, you've got to fit this model of our healthiness." So it's again, it's either you're really fat and and you make me feel like I'm not good enough because I can't be that thick and love myself, or I got to be super thin with all these abs and I got to have an eating disorder. Those are the two people you are telling me that are important in this world: eating disorders and fat eating disorders. Either way, they ain't me. And that's why I said the entire industry is predicated on making people like me or people like that the average Joe walking down the street feel like they're not good enough and they got to go to the gym. It's
That's
all a
not true.
ploy.
That's not
I
true.
work
That's
out because I
bullshit.
want to work out,
That's
and I don't eat
bullshit.
McDonald's because I don't want to have man boobs.
That's bullshit. That's an
Man
excuse.
boobs.
That's an excuse. It's an
What's an
excuse.
excuse?
It's an excuse.
Oh,
That's an
please.
out. That's for lazy people.
What's
That's
for
for lazy
lazy
people.
people?
Not working out. Same
No, I
same
said you're
way same way that
going
it's
to
an
the gym
excuse
is
when
not the
people make
problem.
up,
Just
"Hey,
staying
I'm
there all
gonna go
day.
ahead and work out, and I'm gonna fucking work out. Oh, and I'm gonna get a rest day." The fuck is a rest day? I'm gonna rest? No, you're giving yourself an out. You're not consistent. You got a rest day.
What is a rest day?
Exactly. What is a rest day? Because I don't know what a rest day is. I work out 7 days a week. I'm not saying that I train as hard as I do 5 out of 7, but 7 days a week I'm working out. I'm moving around. You got to move around, man. Serious. Again,
Well,
I'm not fat shaming. I'm not. You know what? People are going to say, "Oh my God, David came on the Breakdown 61 talking about fat people." No, no. It's about fucking. You know what? It is cheaper to get McDonald's than it is to get a fucking salad.
no, it's not. That's a
It
lie.
is.
That's a
It
lie. No,
is.
it's a lie. It's a
No,
lie.
it's cheaper to get a salad.
No, no, no. It it what? You said it was cheaper to
It
get McDonald's than it is to get salad.
No, it's cheaper, excuse me, it's cheaper to get McDonald's because the burger's 99 cents plus tax
Uh-huh.
versus getting a salad.
Yeah, so that's a lie. You can get a salad for 99 cents.
Okay, then why do people pick fine, let's go with you, even though that's bullshit around here
You can get a
in New
salad
York.
in a bag for 99 cents. The thing
Nobody
is
but that's all
you can't
you're
get a
gonna have to
salad
go
at
into the
McDonald's
store.
for 99 cents.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then don't go to fucking McDonald's. Take your ass to the store. How about you guys do this?
I just made a
And
comparison.
all I'm saying is let me help you save money. Don't eat out.
Listen, I'm all for not yo, make your own food.
I save a lot of money that way. I literally listen, guys, when you become a crypto degen, you start looking for ways to save money. You
No,
will
but
look for ways to
no,
save
on the
money.
real,
You're like, go ahead, David.
do you drink Diet Coke?
Um, I drink Diet Pepsi because I like the taste,
So here's the thing, ready?
but I
Do you
don't
actually
order
think
four
you're on a
cheeseburgers.
do you actually think you're on a diet drinking Diet Pepsi?
Fuck no. I just
Do
don't
you
like. I
understand
try
what
not
the
to
fuck
drink
are you
sugar.
doing out here?
But I'm not on a diet though. I just don't want the raw cane sugar.
No, but I'm saying, do you understand the labeling and how they market to the general public to make you feel like you are on a diet? Like you imagine, hey, guy, what's your diet? Is Diet Pepsi? No, you're gonna drink more Diet Pepsi. You know why? Because there's not. I'm telling you, it's a proven fact that you will drink more Diet Pepsi, which is worse for you than you actually will if it's not diet. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like I know that everybody wants to talk about crypto, which there's nothing to talk about except the same shit over and over again. But It's time for people to work out, man. It really is time for people to take it seriously and look out for themselves. I'm not saying that you need to go ahead and get an 8-pack. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just being healthy. Healthy. If I walk by a billboard and I see somebody that literally should be starring in 600 pounds, My Life at 600 pounds on TLC, that's not cool. Calvin Klein models at 600 pounds? What is happening? I remember when Marky Mark and what was her name? Johnny Depp's ex-wife or fiance or girlfriend, Kate Moss, they were up on the billboards. I'm just saying.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Are you,
I just want people
because
to be better, man.
but all I'm saying, but I'm still saying the same thing, David, is that I don't approve of them just throwing up any random big person, right? That is not what I'm saying. Not at all. What I am saying is that like Lizzo is an exemption to the rule because she is like she gets up at 5 a.m. She like not only does she work out, she's a dancer, she does choreography, she's singing, she's moving. Like how she like why she's not thinner, the world may never know. Because
Because
she's always
she's
moving.
eating. She's eating a lot.
I don't know. That may not be her thing. Maybe she does have a thyroid thing. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that girl puts in work. She works. She
Yeah,
does
she
hard
definitely
work
works. I definitely know where she puts in that work.
on stage because she's a great performer. And if you insult her again, I might have to come through this camera and smack you down one. But either way,
It is what it is. You know
she
what?
puts in the work.
You 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 don't want to
What I'm
call it as
saying
it
is
is.
that when companies put in randos who are like, everybody has a type. Like, no, that is not a type. Like, yes, you can sell it, but to be honest with you, I want the average Joe. Like, look, why is Johnny Depp on a billboard? Put me on a billboard. I'm twice as attractive,
Johnny
and I'm
Depp doesn't have an 8-pack. Have
but
you
well,
seen Johnny
he
Depp?
he does when they spray it on. They spray paint abs on that dude.
Have you seen Johnny Depp lately?
And I'm saying they spray it on in that little commercial where he's in the desert and he's looking all mystical with his hair. And by the way, when did Johnny Depp become British?
I don't know either. But
Yeah, I don't know. Where
what
did he get a British accent from?
I have no clue. But you know what? But you know what? At the end of the day, the dude, it is what it is. I'm not gonna win this debate because, like, apparently you think that it's cool to be 700 pounds.
I didn't say that. I said they need to stop putting randos up on these things and start putting me up on them. I got good
By the way,
shoulders,
guys, if you'd like to go ahead and comment,
got a
we
nice
are
chest.
on YouTube Live only. So we will be participating on YouTube Live. The Twitter Spaces is also here, so you guys can go ahead and hear about us shooting the shit about the crypto industry, Web3, and everything outside of it. We are powered by Unstoppable Domains. We are on Gokhshtein Media's platform. Big up and much respect. What's the news? What's by the way, being that there's no news, let's catch up. Let's catch up on the news right now. Let's catch up
Okay.
on all the crypto news. Go ahead. I know you have so much crypto news to report. Go for it, Akil. You're holding yourself back. Go ahead. Let's shoot it off. Go for it.
The crypto news, we covered it. Dow Quan merger, SEC, XRP, and USDC gets delisted from Binance, but USDC gets listed on Robinhood. Odd, isn't it?
That
Binance
is
plans to delist USDC, which is the stable coin that is on uh, um, Coinbase
yeah.
backed USDC, is now going to be on Robinhood, but Binance appears to be taking it off of their platform. Who's building right now? Who's building? Who's building?
Oh
I don't
boy.
know. So that's all. That's literally all the crypto news I could tell you, because otherwise it's VV had there was an error on VV.
Fuck
Okay,
Vivi. Fuck
yeah, that's
Vivi.
fine. There
Fuck
was an
Vivi.
error. So basically, they sold 100 shirts and said there were going to be 100 editions, but yet they're like, there's 140 listed. Well, there's not 140 listed. There's 140 that they had given out. So there's 40 that were given away for free and 100 that were paid for. And now people have lost their absolute fucking minds over this.
Fuck Vivi.
Okay, that's fine. But again, that
Fuck
this
Omi.
this is not financial advice. David doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyone who says F Omi is crazy.
Are you kidding? Yo, you know what's crazy? That I put a massive amount of money into Omi. They owe me. They owe me.
You know who owes you? I owe you a smack in the mouth.
I can't wait until we see each other.
Do we have to go through all of the terrible decisions David has has made over the last 2
Yeah,
years?
yeah. I went ahead and admitted it. Okay, I was on Spaces Saturday night or Friday. I forgot because it went in 2 days. Okay, I know what I did. I am at least I have the balls to go ahead and admit the shit that I went ahead and did. Okay, I have the balls to admit that I went to Hawk and got cock in return. Okay, I have the balls to admit. Okay, I have the balls to admit that I went into Kuma and that shit's in the coma. Okay, and I put money into that shit. What else? What else? Fucking. What else can I think of? Owe me? Great investment. Like I said, they owe me. I'm down like 80% on everything. Some 90%. Some I got a quarter on.
You know what? Omi's actually in the long run. Omi still performs better than Bitcoin. For
The
me, it
fucking
did.
Omi's a stable coin. It's not even a fucking real. Honestly, it's not even real. It's not real. Okay, it's not a yo. Fuck financial advice. First of all, I don't even have to say that shit because if you follow me, you'll walk off a fucking cliff with the fucking decisions that I fucking made. Oh, David, be open-minded. Be open-minded, David. Be open-minded. You gotta go ahead and be open-minded. It can't just be Bitcoin and Ethereum for you and XRP and stuff like that. You gotta get out of the top 25. Get out. Explore the world like Columbus. I got
What?
fucking slaughtered like the Indians.
Yeah, you're about to get syphilis.
I got fucking slaughtered.
Yeah. Who are you listening
And
to?
I took it up my ass. No Vaseline.
Speaking of Vaseline, um, my feet. I gotta start using that Aquaphor stuff because I've been getting a lot more exercise in. They're blistering, man. Do you use Aquaphor or cocoa butter? Which one are you, David?
No, I don't use none of that. I understand that. Like, look. I did. I don't remember which one I performed, but there is truth to it that I am 1.13% African American. But that does not mean that me and you are on the same level.
You're absolutely right. My body
Okay.
cracks when it gets cold. It looks like it. It looks like pieces of paper getting ripped apart.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at my body right now. I don't see no cracking, son.
Well, you haven't looked in the mirror yet.
First of all, you know what? I know black don't crack. I
Brown
gotta
don't
think of a
frown.
UFC because I'm somewhere in the middle.
So, hey, David, I got a message that says Lizzo is beautiful. She's perfect just the way she is, both inside and out, and she can
Here we
dance.
go. Here
She
we
can dance.
go. Here we go. Somebody who's also eating cheeseburgers trying to defend here. Somebody
No,
who
you know this person doesn't eat cheeseburgers or is thick. She is a tall woman that we both know. Starts with a T, ends with an Amy.
again, like still you should be working out. You should hit the treadmill. Period. Said and done. Doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck who tells me anything. Doesn't
Tammy is
matter.
on. Lizzo is on stage 6 hours a day. How are you? You know what?
I'm done with Lizzo because you want to talk about Lizzo, then fucking start, do an hour show about how Lizzo is healthy.
Anyway, So, other than that, David, look, I'm telling you, the crypto markets are so boring right now. Nobody's doing anything. Oh, did we talk about Charles Haskins?
Well, what is he doing now? What's up his
So he, um,
I want to like Cardano. I really want to like Cardano. So there are days that I really like Cardano, and then I wake up in the morning and I fucking hate Cardano. Like I don't know. And when he talks at times, he fucking confuses the fuck out of me. Like really, like he confuses the fuck. Do they not understand when you speak in code? Half of us, no, not half. 90% of this fucking community does not understand a word that you're fucking saying.
well, I
Zero.
mean,
Oh, the rust and these nuts and like nobody cares. I want to use it. You think people fucking are searching out? Oh, how is Instagram built? I love. Tell me more about the coding behind this. No, motherfuckers are getting Instagram, downloading it, and taking selfies. Motherfuckers are taking selfies by a 1996 Honda Accord with two different painted doors and shit. I don't fucking got. I don't give a fuck how you built it. I want to know how you use it. Got a bunch of people trying to, mint NFTs off a Cardano and saying like it's fucking super difficult. Nobody wants difficult. You just want to hop in. Nobody wants to go into a car and take off the what was that shit called back in the days? You put on the fucking thing on the steering wheel.
what? Oh, the
Back in the days,
club.
the club. No, ain't nobody jumping into a car with a club on it. Got to take off the club. Fucking take 15 hours to start the goddamn car. No, people want push to start. I'm out.
Fuck.
I am the biggest supporter of women in this space. By the way, I don't know how you got into Lizzo. I was talking about male and female. Okay. So I
I
don't
was
know
just
how
giving
you
an
got stuck
example
on
of
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Okay. Now you're going to have every woman attack me.
Well,
But
that's not my fault.
I, no, but that's your fault because you put in Lizzo. I'm saying everybody.
Hold on,
I'm
wait a
not
second.
just talking about Lizzo.
So it's my fault because they don't know how to read?
No, you're like a champion of fat asses.
I didn't champion fat. My
Go ahead.
body.
Yeah,
My
but you're
body.
not fat. You're not fat. You're not
What I'm
overweight.
saying is that look, this body type isn't uplifted in this society.
No, that's wrong. You're wrong. You're
It's not.
absolutely wrong.
It's
I'm
not.
talking about a person who can't get off the fucking couch.
But they're not on billboards.
Yes, they are.
If you can't get off the couch, you ain't on a fucking billboard. Because guess what? You can't sit for a photo shoot.
Have you ever heard of CGI?
Well, you know what? That's why they're giving all the jobs to good AI now. Artificial intelligence taking all the good jobs. Like somebody thinks immigrants are. All the good jobs are going to artificial intelligence.
Listen, I understand. Our family likes to feed us. You have family members that love to feed you. You
That is
go
true.
over to grandma's house, she'll serve you 19,000 plates and still ask you if you're hungry. At some point, you got to call a timeout. At some point, the signal like this has to go up. Timeout. Why are we back on the subject?
I have no idea. You moved us there, but I just kind
No,
of let
I
you.
left. I left here. I left the area. Okay, I left. Obviously, I was not my point. The point that I was trying to make. It became like,
Okay.
oh my god, he's fat shaming. He's
So
fat shaming.
all right. So back to this. So did you hear that yesterday that the SEC chair once again put his foot in his mouth? He now makes claim that all of Ethereum falls under U.S. jurisdiction.
But the way they did it. But the
Well, it's a
way they
civil
did it.
complaint.
They did it through by going after that guy that was doing ICOs in 2017,
Yep.
Ian Bellina, they went ahead and threw that into Section 69 of
Yep.
the complaint. And not a lot of people notice, except for those, obviously, that, will not, the people who found that are the same people that fucking take 3 days to read the TOS before they go ahead and install shit on their computer. That's who found that line. And they found that line and it said Ethereum mostly, which operates basically in layman's terms, mostly that operates in the United States of America. So they threw that in. Why? Come on. To go after Ethereum. They
Oh
are
no.
to
No, they
make a
love
case for
Ethereum.
Ethereum. Absolutely.
They
To
love
make a case
Ethereum.
for Ethereum. Because now they
They
can
love
say, look
Ethereum.
at what happens here with Ethereum.
Yeah, they love Ethereum. And because
No, no,
Ethereum,
no.
most of its
This is bad
validators are
for
here.
Ethereum. This is not good for Ethereum. This is bad for Ethereum.
No, it's great for the Ethereum.
Absolutely not. What are you kidding me?
It's good for Ethereum.
How?
It means the United States government. David, I told you, the United States government has been eyeing Ethereum. That's what they want. They
No,
want
no. This is
they want the proof of stake. They don't want the proof of work. And so
no,
to
but
be able to say, go ahead.
no. This is not it. Black. Like this is them saying like building a case towards Ethereum. Like I really believe this. You have to understand they can't get out of the Hinman situation. When Hinman went ahead and like literally vouched for Ethereum, they can't get out of it. They can't get out of it. They cannot get out of it. So how do you get out of it? You
Ethereum,
go ahead and start doing little things like this. Why did they have to throw in Ethereum? Why did they have to throw in that line?
because it validates their case, makes it a stronger case.
Yeah, strong a case against Ethereum, not for
No,
Ethereum.
for Ethereum. They're not making it against it. They're trying to, again, asserting your authority is, you have to assert authority somehow. And they all know the best way to do it is through the courts.
Let me take a picture of you just because I want to have this picture available. Unless obviously unless unless the CFTC takes over, and
Which they
hopefully
should.
that does happen. Yeah, 100%. Then I can see them trying to make a case against the SEC is not on Ethereum side.
The
Like, and all
SEC
that,
just the SEC just wants power. That's all they want.
but that's what I'm saying. They
They
want
want to stay
power.
relevant. But at some point, this is why I
What is
felt
everything built on? What is everything built on?
Ethereum.
Exactly.
And that's what they just want to assert power. That's
Yeah,
it.
but this is them going ahead and slowly asserting themselves into the mix to have that power. That
But
line
again,
was not for
David,
Ethereum.
I'm not saying it's a good thing for Ethereum. It's a bad thing for the SEC because the SEC is picking a fight with the wrong fucking community. Straight up, the SEC is picking a fight with the wrong community.
Well, they are.
You
They're
got
picking
the
a no,
wrong one,
picking
sweetie.
no, they're picking a fight with the wrong protocols. They should have never gone after Ripple. Have you ever have you read
You go
about
against the
the
biggest
legal
names.
staff at
David, David versus Goliath. Like that's what they want. They want to seem like, yeah, we're gonna take on the big one. All right. You think you're taking on the big one? You ain't even seen it yet. You thought Ripple was bad? Mess with Ethereum. See what happens to you.
yeah,
Come correct.
but Ripple's gonna win this case.
And that's why they're moving to Ethereum. Look, the SEC got to stay relevant. But guess what? Who they gonna sue over at Ethereum? Vitalik?
I mean, if they go after
Charles?
Ethereum, I mean, I feel like going after Ripple. I mean, if they lose this Ripple case, it's over.
They got to find somebody else. And at least setting up a fight with Ethereum keeps them relevant. I'm not saying It keeps them relevant. They're looking at how they can assert power, David. That's
If
all
they
they want to do.
lose, if they lose this Ripple case, there is no fight against Ethereum.
There's
Ethereum only
absolutely a
needs
fight
to take
against
the
Ethereum.
no. All they have to do is take Ripple's case, and that's it. It's over.
No,
There
David.
is no more Howie test after
David,
Ripple wins.
there still would be the court's ruling on this case does not mean that you cannot bring up suits in others subsequent. You can challenge until you're blue in the face. Let
Ripple
me give you a
wins.
prime example, and I
Ripple
know it's
wins.
not going to make a lot of people happy, but just let me say this: the courts hear cases all the time on issues that many of us think have already been set into law. Prime example: 50 years ago, Roe v. Wade was heard. Last year, magically, some numbnuts on the fucking Supreme Court justices that should be fucking removed, but that's a different issue, decided that, well, it was misinterpreted. We're going to send it back to the states. What? After 50 years? Okay, that's fine. Because the courts allow for it. They allow for remedies. So, even though Ripple might win the case, it doesn't prohibit the courts from still trying to find other ways and other avenues to take them on. So Ripple could win, but you can still challenge the courts. You can challenge the court decision. You can take it all the way up to the Supreme Court, and then you can challenge it even further. There is nothing that prohibits these people from challenging. And that's why I said the SEC just needs to stay relevant. That's what they're doing. Makes sense?
They are going to take the L.
They can take it
They
L,
are
but they
going
can
to,
keep fighting you. They got
that's
unlimited money.
fine. That's like Hector fighting his battles here, and he doesn't like it doesn't matter. Yo, I don't understand this. By the way, I don't understand our fucking industry at all. First of all, I love the XRP community. Let me just say, I'm gonna give a shout out to the XRP community. I love you guys. I really do. You guys are fucking passionate. God bless you, man. And I've been holding XRP forever. And I'm not silent about it. I just don't tweet about it every 5 minutes because obviously I have to cover with G Media. I have to cover everything. But I don't understand, and maybe I got to get somebody from XRP on. But I have no clue why you guys are trying to destroy Ethereum. Somebody told me today, well, because Vitalik went ahead and said some shit about XRP.
So
But like,
get
don't we
a bet.
want this whole don't we want them? If Vitalik did say shit, he's wrong for that. But don't we want to, in general, fucking come together and see our legitimate protocols actually work? Why are we wishing death upon our best protocols within the space? Why? That's stupid. That's not smart. It's stupid. It is stupid. Because half of you motherfuckers hold Ethereum. So it makes no sense. They're mind boggling. And it's the same thing I feel about Bitcoin maxis. These motherfuckers, I'm telling you right now, all these motherfuckers hold Ethereum or fucking XRP on the low, and they just won't say anything. Half these motherfuckers also hold NFTs. No doubt about it. If you're somebody who loves this space, if you truly do love this space, you are not rooting for Ripple to go ahead and lose. You're not. The day that Ripple also got hit with the case, to see people celebrate it, you are dumb. You guys are celebrating Ripple getting hit. What the fuck?
Yo, David, look, I'm gonna
What?
pause this because another conversation just entered my DMs. Somebody just DM'd me asking if that, hey, we've got Matt Wallace coming on a Twitter Spaces tomorrow. Does David have time to stop by? And I was like, so you're asking me, Akil Patterson, Black Excellence, if I've got time to ask David Gokhshtein if he's got time to go talk to a fucktard like Matt Wallace. Very interesting. I don't care. I do not care at all about Matt Wallace. I do not care about Matt Wallace's thoughts, his opinions, his views. I do not care. That's like me. I could go on a Sam I Am and Green Eggs and Ham kind of rant right now. I don't care about bigots. I do not care about bigots here or there or anywhere. So stay out my DMs talking about Matt Wallace or anything that piece of trash did. And if he wants to come for me, send him. That is all.
It is 10:25 a.m. or 10:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are sponsored by Unstoppable Domains. Go get yourself a domain by going on to Gokhshtein Media. Click the link. Go get yourself an NFT domain name. Cop it, copy before somebody else cops it. Should have went on the ENS hole. ENS is a fucking going crazy right now. Also, shout out to G Media for powering this podcast. 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Gokhshtein Media's merch store went up. It's up. Go get yourself a shirt. Get yourself a shirt, a hoodie. And if you drink water, if you drink water and not Coca-Cola, there's a bottle that you can go ahead and cop to stay healthy and hydrated.
David, we drink water and tea. And matter of fact, folks, I make my own tea. Like I do. I do 12 hours. I let it sit, the bags. I do 12 hours at night. I let the bags sit to get my own tea. I use a little bit of honey. Opens up the lyrics there. Vocals.
Ask for Matt Wallace. If I appear on the same spaces as Matt Wallace, number one, Matt Wallace has me blocked because I called out his bitch ass and I asked him what's blockchain and he blocked me.
Yeah.
Second, I got Matt Wallace's fiance running all over the place, trolling me, and not understanding that she's wasting her breath because I can care less. I don't care.
He got a girlfriend finally?
I don't know. Maybe he's paying her off. But
he took enough money from people during Tiger Coin.
Ooh.
What?
Oh.
What'd I do? Shots fired?
That is as cold as this bottle of water. I will not say the company. Fuck the company. By the way, like I said, any water company, listen, I'm always drinking. I'm always working out. You want to sponsor me because your ass is going to be on every single one of my videos and it's going to be coming out my mouth in every spaces and podcasts. So your ass is better. You can make the right investment by investing into me, period. But
so David, I think so. Dogecoin rides, or they've got over 400,000 followers. They want to come talk and defend Matt Wallace right now. I think.
Why? Like, there's nothing to talk about. This is like, are you really serious about Matt Wallace? The dude who is literally this dude, watch me on YouTube right now. This dude has a screen in the back of his head like this on a YouTube podcast. And he's like, oh my God, look at Elon's forehead. Look at Elon's forehead. I see it. I see it on Elon's forehead. It looks like Doge is going up. Oh my God. And the fucking constipated. And by the way, if anybody's seen my thumbnails from my own YouTube channel, yeah, I am making fun of everybody that does those stupid thumbnails. Looking like you just went ahead and got something stuck up your ass. Have you seen these thumbnails? Have you seen his? Have you seen his thumbnails?
Yeah. All right, David, let's take a second Let's bring Dogecoin up on Twitter
No,
Spaces.
they can come onto YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hey David, we'll send you to YouTube. Yeah, we'll send. So send me the link. Let's send them the link. Do you want me to send them the link?
Send them the link. Send
All
them the
right.
link.
All right. I'm gonna send them the link.
Send them the link. Defending Matt Wallace. Who the fuck would have? Are you serious right now? Is this a real show right now?
Yo, look, David. Some people, I think it's important that all of America gets a voice. Right? Isn't that what we say?
That's fine, but let the motherfucker come on.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I'm gonna send homie the link here, and hopefully, yeah. There we go. Just sent it to him. Sent him the link.
All right, all right.
So he said I'll get on in a few minutes. Like I don't hate anybody. I'm just David, like we said before many moons ago, I don't deal with the bull crap. I just don't. Like I got things I like to do that don't involve shilling and scamming people. And I know there are people out there in this world who do not like me. I get it. You do not like me because number one, I am arrogant. Number two, I am loud. And number three, I am smart and black. Like there are people that just don't like me because of that. At the end of the day, though, I'm not out here trying to scam anybody. I don't shill. I don't speculate that often. I tell everybody there is one thing I had it written into my contract with David. I could talk about Omi and Vivi because I'm a nerd. Like on the other side of this camera, there are collectibles that I'm slowly repurposing things again. But I'm a dork. But I'm a dork that actually got educated, learned. Like I got friends all over this daggone world because of it. So I ain't worried. We ain't out here to scam you. We're out here to educate and help you do better for yourself and provide a little entertainment from time to time. But otherwise, I ain't out here for all that crap. I got shit I can do. Plus, shout outs to all my young buds out there. They're getting ready for wrestling season. My kids that are doing in football. Shout outs to all of them. And then, hey, David, I gotta get this off my chest. It's gonna be with a heavy heart to say this, but recently, one of the young men that was part of a program that I'm involved with committed suicide. Um, happened actually
That's
yesterday.
tough. That's tough.
But I just want everybody to know: look, love up on your people. Love up on these young folks. They have gone through hell these last 2 years. I don't know what it would have been like for somebody to take away my football season, my wrestling season, my baseball season, my plays, my theaters, all that stuff. These kids, the stuff that you and I got to do, David, as kids, these kids didn't get to do for almost 2-3 years.
No,
The
mental
mental,
health is a big issue. We are not funding it. We are overlooking it. There are people suffering. They just won't admit it. I think men, especially men, are
yeah.
scared to come forward and say that they are suffering because of the way society has constructed shit. Men can't cry. Men can't lean on somebody's shoulder. It shows signs of weakness. It does not show signs of weakness. You are not weak because you go ahead and put your head on somebody's shoulder, that you're leaning on somebody. You
That's
you
what
you need to
that's
go
what
ahead and
teams were
talk.
for, David, wasn't it? Wasn't that what teams were for? Is you had somebody that had your back. You at least developed a bond with somebody. That's
Uh,
what
y-
team sports were for. Like, even if you weren't very good, you knew like there were kids, I swear to God, I did not know if they ever saw the field, if they ever played. But guess what? They was always hanging with me after the games because that was my boy. I remember his name. It was Matt. His name was Matt. Dude, literally zero playing time. He was the worst safety I ever played with. But yo, homie would be like, yo, let's go out to the club. Hey, let's hang out. Like his mom would cook us dinners. I mean, big dinners. Like
yeah.
fat boy. And he was a safety, so he knew the way to my heart. But yeah, like love up on these kids because for too long, we got so many men who, and I think that's why we had all those crazy shootings, is they found solace online instead of being engaged with people.
That's the thing. 2 years locked up, during this pandemic, the restrictions and all, mass, your life's like these kids didn't live life. They don't know what it is like to scratch their knees, scratch elbows. It was already bad with all these cell phones because people stop, or I should say, like, young people stop, participating in sports and started sitting on PlayStation 5s and using their phones. Like, people forgot what it is to, like, actually run in the playground and scratch your knees. So, or scratch your elbows, or just fucking get a bruise. But as I said earlier, man, like, if you're suffering with shit, man, don't keep that shit to yourself. Go seek help, man. You know, it doesn't make you any like less of a man if you go and seek help
Yeah.
and start exercising. Don't be that billboard.
All right. Well,
What? I'm just saying. Don't be the new billboard. That's all I'm saying.
unfortunately, Dogeco and Ride says he's not able to come on YouTube. He's only available for a few minutes on Twitter Spaces. I don't think David's able to do that right now. So
Yeah,
maybe another
unfortunately.
time, my friend.
Yeah, unfortunately, Twitter Spaces is listen only. You can come on to YouTube Live. We will provide you with a link if you'd like to go ahead and speak.
Yeah.
Think of it as a talk show. But
Yeah.
the breakdown, episode 61, we talked about Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin. This dude obviously will have more Bitcoin than apparently Satoshi. Where tomorrow the Fed comes out with its rates, and I really hope that it's at 100 BPS. Like, serious. I hope it's 100 basis points.
Yeah.
No, and I know people think I'm fucking crazy, but I hope it is 100. Because I want to see what happens if it goes to 100. I really want to see what happens if it went to 100. Come on, the Feds came out and they said, hey, we want to go ahead and make people suffer. Well, they didn't really say that, but they said, like, yo, it's gonna be a world of suffering.
Yep.
To get inflation down. We'll have to do some things. We'll do some devastating things.
Easier.
Devastating. I think, though, they'll probably come out with 75. It'll probably be 75 basis points.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. He just said
Are we
something
really waiting for somebody to defend Matt Wallace, bro? Are we really wait? Is my show really turning into the Matt Wallace show? Are we serious right now?
Are people defending him all over the place? Look, it says KNIM on YouTube. KNIM on YouTube. I don't know what that.
Well, I have somebody here. By the way, if I do let you on, if you show, your penis on here or any shit like that, like, I'm booting it right off. Booted. Like, they're instantaneously booted.
All right, we'll let him on, and then I will be back in 3 minutes, David. I gotta go. I gotta go turn off this thing on the stove.
Okay. The fuck? I didn't know that, we're doing the whole cooking channel thing. Are you really cooking during the fucking show? Are you really cooking? What the fuck is happening? All right, let's bring on this guy who wants to defend Matt Wallace. We'll bring somebody on live here.
Hey, what's up, David?
Mike? What's going on?
No, not much. Really calling, trying to defend anyone. It was just a show that I run of people. You might remember me from the past. We had a good discussion about the Penguins and Rangers before. It was about playoff history and everything.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I want to get into Matt's a friend of mine, but I didn't really want to turn it into that. To be honest, I'm an admirer. I respect you as well. And just it was more about kind of what I've turned pieces into, onboarding Doge community, a professional athlete. have on my spaces, and it was an invitation for you to come to one of my spaces. A situation where I was trying to cause heat between anyone.
See, Matt Wallace to me, and I remember our conversations back in the day when Spaces first popped up. Matt Wallace to me though is a man who, yeah, okay, I'm gonna give him credit. He went ahead and talked about Dogecoin when nobody was talking about Dogecoin. So I will give him his credit. But then he's milked the Dogecoin community to go ahead and benefit himself, which is fine. Like, capitalism still exists, but like, don't pretend like you're this Doge only Doge guy, and then use that community, to go ahead and benefit yourself. Don't hold. What really disappointed me? I got thrown into a space which had 11,000 plus people in it when the meme token economy took off.
Mm-hmm.
There was 11,000 people in the spaces. 11,000. Even Elon Musk stopped by for like a second. And we got thrown into this space. Do you know what we did in that space the entire time? All we did was talk about how many people are in this space. Do you know how many people we educated? Zero. We educated nobody. You know what we educated people on? The only thing we educated people on was, hey, this is the way you can go ahead and make a big space and say nothing. That's it.
I agree with you, David. I'm a numbers guy, so I do believe the big space, but I also believe you have to educate them too. There's a fine balance in them. Based with 20 people, you're not going to get the people in there that you want. The project. I do a lot of presentations. I have projects. I try to get them in front of collectors that if they like the project, they get in. But I also am a numbers person. I had Dogecoin Ride. It had about 500,000 people. I just recently came onto it. I use a lot of the connections that people that follow to try to like onboard my Doge community into crypto. So, and I have Terra Bulls on, UFC fighters, Pepe Ape Yacht Club. We try to bring the best of the best all together, and that's kind of the gist of what I do.
Again, it's no shot at you. All I'm saying is, it's okay. And you know what? I've been in plenty of rooms to where I speak to people that I don't necessarily agree with. But this guy, like, if ask him what blockchain is, he blocked me because I asked him what blockchain was.
Is that all you asked him?
I asked him what the fuck blockchain is. Explain it to me. He couldn't. This man, look, again, I take nothing away from him in his early career where he went and got people into Dogecoin. He did. It killed. Honestly, in the beginning, he got people into Dogecoin.
It was fine. That's fine. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, listen, when people were getting into Dogecoin because they didn't know what it was cute, it was funny, and it was 100,000% speculative, like, because they didn't understand. But now we're at a point where we need people that are actually coming to the table to help folks, because the end of the day, it's a monetary investment. And when you're just putting up cute memes to think that's gonna, like, literally, the guy got folks involved in Tiger Coin and rug pulled. He got them involved in some other shit coin and walked off saying, well, we get them to invest after we've already invested. Like, he says those things. And that's like why I'm like, Mike, I know you're just trying to bring people together so they can hear about good, legit projects. But if he's involved,
is it possible?
Legitimately, he might go after people.
Is it possible I can have, Matt's a friend and I consider David a friend, so they don't have to interact? I mean, I try to bring people together, but I can, be a referee. I don't want conflict. A little bit of conflict is entertaining on my show, but sending the invitation to David, on a separate show, just, because I'm sure a lot of them will be interested in hearing from him. We do get good numbers. Like I said, I'm a numbers guy. I don't hide from that. The invitation was only really for David to come on, and I was just letting you guys kind of know a few of the people that anybody, sending a message to David claiming something, but I kind of like the numbers and people that I have on my spaces.
Well, Tara's awesome. We like Tara.
Absolutely, yes, she is awesome. Yes,
we like Tara. Yeah, Tara and I don't
Yeah.
always agree, but we respectfully can communicate about it. So I love Tara. Shout outs to Tara and the entire AMC community for all they actually do to help adoption in the crypto industry, which most people don't even recognize is cross-sectional, because Dogecoin obviously used at AMC Theaters. AMC Theaters also was able to have a partnership with Warner Brothers during their release of the Jurassic Park movie, which had NFTs, which was also connected to the VV community. Shout outs to Omi and VV community. So look, AMC, those folks are actually doing a great job of being adoption, and they're doing it in cross-sectional markets, which you gotta love.
Shout out to Tara as well, man. Like she's cool people. She's been like I've been watching her from the sidelines. We've talked. She holds her ground. So shout outs to her.
Why don't you surprise her on the show, David?
All right, you got it. When's this show? Just send me a DM and I'll come on.
I will.
But I can't promise to be on my best behavior because I don't really know.
Just be yourself. Not asking for anything more than just being yourself, man.
I will come. Just you came on here. You're all up in your phone. I almost feel like you're about to jump inside your phone.
Sorry, brother. I'm just out on the deck here.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just listen. I'm fucking. You're like you're fucking swimming inside your phone, and you came on here. You're a gentleman about it. I will come on. This is disgusting for me, but I will come on and be on the same platform as Matt Wallace, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, we appreciate you, man. Yep. Thanks a lot for coming on here. You know what, Mike? You are actually our first guest on the YouTube breakdown.
I feel honored, guys.
You made history.
Yeah. And David, what's their outlook this year coming?
The outlook?
Got to ask. Yeah.
The outlook
Good
is G Media. The outlook is G Media is going to dominate every motherfucking media company out there. That's the outlook right now.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much, Mike.
We appreciate you, brother. Cheers. Well, that was very civil, wasn't it?
It was. I'm not. Hey, I'm good to talk with anybody. I'm just telling you that, like, I'm not a fan of Matt Wallace. I think I will give credit where credit's due. Like in the beginning, he did do a good job for where he talked about Dogecoin. But then, like, I don't know, it took a left. So it is what it is. Shout out to Mike for swimming in his phone. First person that I've ever seen swimming literally in his phone. Listen, I was reading the comments. I was dying laughing. I was just holding. Mike was like this. He was doing the fucking breaststroke up in that motherfucker.
What the fuck? Yo, some of these comments, y'all are vicious out there. What do y'all be saying about me? Damn.
Yo, this comment had me a little bit. Hold on, where is it?
That's what I started laughing at. I was like, y'all are vicious.
This dude's like
savages.
All right, so let's read some of the comments here. And if you're not on YouTube, you're really fucking missing out. Please know you do not need to lean into the phone for us to hear you. I'm dead.
Y'all are so mean.
Y'all are mean. You are mean.
Y'all are
That is mean. That is really mean.
That is just all right, man. So look,
here's another one. DG and an MW venue has been said. Bets anybody? Are you really serious? Are you guys really serious with this question? Rose, seriously, did you hit your head, Rose? Rose, did you hit your head? You know what? If they have any of those fighting exhibitions like they did in Dubai between like those crypto influencers, oh, can they please do like an MMA matchup? 5 rounds, 5 minutes.
Yo,
And I
I
would take
think
all 5 rounds, 5 minutes.
yo, I think this should happen, and I'm gonna be very candid with this. I think if David goes on the Doge Rise show, that if we sell out of all of our limited edition hoodies, David goes in swinging. David, you got to go in swinging if we sell out of our hoodies.
I'm swinging.
If we do a sellout of all the custom hoodies, the remember, these are limited edition. These are the only ones we're gonna be making of these where it says established 2018. We sell out of those. David's going in swinging.
We don't
I'm
have a
talking
lot
about
of those. We don't have
gloves
a lot.
off, full out.
Yeah, I want to fight you one day.
On what? Oh, what issue? Because I love a good fight. But at the same time, David, they're not ready for our conversations that we have. You know they ain't ready for that.
No, but we're gonna have these conversations.
Yeah, but they ain't ready for it. They're not ready for our
You know,
conversation.
I think like people are cringing. Like today, like I said, nobody was cringing in 2017 when I was talking like this. But professional Dave came in. Oh, David, you got to be professional. You got to be professional, David. You have a company. You got to be professional. Fuck that. You know what? You can still be professional and go ahead and give your takes.
Yeah.
You can still be professional. Just because I went ahead and today, and you guys are DMing me, just because I went and said, that I think it's ridiculous to see, somebody who's 900 pounds on a Calvin Klein billboard. I'm not wrong. It's my opinion. I'm not wrong.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys this Saturday, my Maryland Terrapins will be taking on the University of Michigan, ranked number 4 in the country at Ann Arbor, Michigan. So this Saturday, I will be doing nothing but sitting on my couch at 9 a.m. Pacific time, watching my Terrapins take on the University of Michigan. I'm giving them too much respect by calling them the University of Michigan, but I have to disseminate. We are the true university so the U of M, that's the University of Maryland, founded 1856. University of Michigan, after us.
And that speech was what? What am I supposed to be excited? I hope Michigan wins.
Don't you say that.
Shout outs to the Wolverines. Destroy his team. Destroy them. Make them go home crying.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michigan.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play with us.
Shout out to the Wolverines who are gonna whip your ass.
I thought we were friends, David.
We are friends. I'm just telling you the truth. You don't like hearing the truth. Spit it out. What are you holding back for?
Look,
The truth.
Don't. Okay, Donald.
I'm Donald.
You're Donald.
Okay, Biden.
I'd rather be Sleepy Joe.
How's our economy been looking for the last 2 years? Sleepy.
Yeah. Well, not sleepy.
Not in a good
No,
way. Not in a good way. Not in a good way.
No, it ain't sleepy. It's actually been very active, and we're kind of like, inflation's got to stop. Inflation's got to stop. 8.6%. And then, look, I'm going to be honest. When Joe Biden was like, Well, the economy, we've seen a slight trick in inflation. I was like, okay, Joe, that's some bullshit. Like 8.6% is not slight. Like that's not slight. Like a half a percentage is a slight inflation.
Well,
8.6, which by the way, we were supposed to push off till 2023, and we did that during the other guy's administration. But that's when you got into trouble. Is instead of having inflation start slowly coming in, we just did it all at one time. Ugh, hurt us all,
well,
man. Hurts everybody.
I'm glad your boy went ahead and told everybody that the pandemic is over.
It's not well because it's not well. It's called an endemic now.
No, but he said the pandemic's over.
Well, because it's now called an endemic. And
Yeah,
if
but
you're
he never
very
said that word.
smart, or if
You're
you need
saying
an
it.
education, well, let me educate you on what an endemic is.
Oh,
An
here we
end,
go. All right. Go ahead. Bore me. Bore me and everybody else. Go ahead.
it's not hard. Endemic is simply saying that it is no longer to the point where it is detrimental to the point where it is going to just end things. It is now just detrimental to populations. So small, precise populations in the endemic of the process. So you like HIV right now is an endemic where we would like to end it, but it's still continuing on, even though we have medications and ways of helping people live longer, healthier lives. It's an endemic because it still gets transmitted, the same as
And
COVID.
they're also not doing research on to find a cure for AIDS or HIV at all.
Yeah, they are. They're doing
No, they're not.
research. Yeah, they
No, they're
are.
not.
They
I'll tell you
are.
why. Because
How do you know?
it's not what it used to be.
They still do research.
But not as the amount of money put into that area has lessened over the years because they're now focused on other shit. But that's true. You can look it up.
There is so what you're saying is not wrong. They
I
do not
know I'm
they,
not
they
wrong.
do not
Bro,
fund money
I
at the
was
same rate.
only slightly wrong once on this podcast.
No, you were definitely wrong before.
No, I was just slightly wrong because I had it in my head because I thought I saw it on a paper, and I was not the only one because Reuters had to come out to clear this entire thing up. But for the most part, I like to study. I'm open-minded, and I don't think that I'm right all the time. I'm not talking about you, Akil. I'm just saying in general, I don't think that I'm right all the time. If anything, I'm very open-minded to learning more.
Yeah, I'm
But you
open-minded to learning more, but I also like connect all the dots and don't just go, well, this is the only thing that could happen. I'm like,
how
let
did
me
how did let me ask you a question. How did that work out closing the economy up?
what?
How did that work out?
Globally?
Closing up the economy. Yeah. No. Fuck globally. The United States.
I, I'm confused.
I know.
Can you can
I'll
you
help
can you
you.
probably predicate that with like what you really mean?
How did how did the restrictions help us in any way during the last 2 years? If anything, it's only made things worse. Do
Well,
you
it
see
didn't
how
make
psychotic people are?
Well, let me just be very clear. Most of you were psychotic before this, and all this did was exacerbate it. And so now we truly know who you fucking crazy people are. Now, as for some folks that weren't crazy, and again, kids are different than adults. I will say that. Young people are suffering because they had. I mean, a young person's frontal lobe is not fully developed, and so they do have issues. And so, like again, most of the people that we saw commit mass shootings were between the ages of like 19 and 20. So their mental health, or 21, and their mental health is greatly impacted through this COVID-19 situation and how they were on lockdowns. They were with family. Most of them don't come from great lives. They were seeking refuge in their phones, on their tablets. They found crazy people who talk dumb stuff, but at least gave them a sense of community. I mean, it's no different than a gang. Like the KKK is no different than any other gang. The white nationalists are no different than gangs. They recruit. Gangs recruit. And how do you think they're going to recruit? They're going to recruit on vulnerable populations that are searching and seeking refuge. So the pandemic definitely disproportionately hurts young people at a higher rate. Adults, though, there are a lot of adults that made some really good and profound life-changing decisions. People left their jobs that they've been tied to for years. They got into crypto. It helped with mass adoption in crypto, right? It helps with adoption in crypto. Helped with people getting into stock markets, how people are being more financially aware of their situations. So the pandemic did hurt a lot, but it also opened up a lot of people's minds to what could be as opposed to what they should be. Because remember, you and I growing up, it was go to college, do this, get mass debt, buy a home, work for somebody, die. Now it's, hey, figure out what the fuck you want to do first before we decide for you.
Most likely, you don't have a real fucking choice here in regards to doing something when everything's fucking locked down and restricted.
But you
And
find new
we,
things, right?
but as a society, we became so primitive. We ran away from a virus.
Well, we've done it before, though.
No, but we did it the
1918.
wrong way. We did it the wrong way.
Well, no, we didn't. Listen, in 1918,
If you're
the
gonna
Spanish
lock
flu
people,
took out
if
like
you're
a
gonna,
quarter of the
hold
world.
on. If you're gonna do restrictions, if you're gonna restrict things, then fucking restrict it. 3 months, don't let anybody out the fucking house.
Well, we did do that, and
No, we
dickheads like
didn't.
Ron DeSantos wouldn't follow it. Like, I'm not doing that because that's just stupid. That's a liberal thing. What the fuck? The fuck? Health is not liberal. Fuck out my face. And you're talking
Well,
to a
you know what?
fiscal guy.
You know what? I'll tell you one thing about Florida. Florida's like people in Florida. Like, what pandemic you guys talking about?
Well, I tell you what. You know what? You know who's saying that? Rich people in Florida, because the poor people in Florida still wear masks. They wear masks on buses. They wear masks when they're serving you. It's rich people who don't feel the. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, Bruce told me down in Miami, because although I don't know where that footage went, but Bruce told me, he literally said, dude, there is a pandemic. The problem is, though, is it doesn't affect guys like me because guess what? I still have money. So I have my land. I have my life. I go hunting. It didn't
What does that
affect me the same way
mean?
it affects poor people.
Fucking the fucking waiter comes over to you. You could be rich as hell, but like a waiter comes over to you and sneezes on you. Being rich doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but most waiters were wearing masks.
It doesn't matter. Those are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
You think
So,
the mask?
so a
I'll
mask
tell you
does
what the
limit
mask.
it drops down transmission by like 60%.
Okay, listen. I wore a mask just to be courteous.
60% reduction in transmission. If you told me that hey, you have 60% less chance of having a baby if you wore this, would you wear it? When you were
All
12
I'm
or when you're
saying to
16?
you is, all I'm saying to you is, I wore a mask out of respect for others.
Yeah, so did I. And I wore it out of respect for myself. Now, I don't.
You know what? I would go deeper into this, but I know where this is heading.
What? Where's it heading?
No, I don't mind the conversation. I
Yeah.
just know what YouTube stands for, and that's like,
Oh, we're gonna get censored?
censoring any fucking real conversations.
Well, we did have a real conversation. We both said that we did it, and now we don't because guess what? At this juncture, it's an endemic, and you just got to go on living your life.
The primitive lifestyle, the primitive approach, it was a terrible decision. It was a terrible decision. It was so primitive. You would think that we have some of the brightest minds in the world that could have came up with a better plan, but the plan was to run. Period. Primitive. Caveman like. Primitive.
All right. What do we got? It's 11
It's
11:04.
11:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have joined us for the breakdown, episode 61. So Michael Saylor, we talked about it, keeps buying Bitcoin. Obviously, I think he's like literally the next the next in line to dethrone Satoshi, because there were talks when Daquan, fucking Doquan, man, like who names their fucking kid Doquan? Literally, hey, what do you name you? What do you, yo? I'm. What do you name your kid? What do you name your kid? Motherfucker tripped right into the fucking hospital bed. Just did a random fucking scream and they fucking wrote down that shit. But they were talking about when, everything was running up with Luna, they were talking about, he's going to have more Bitcoin, or he's about to get more Bitcoin than that, second to Satoshi only.
Mhm.
Are you baking right now?
Am I? No, I'm reading.
What are you reading?
I'm
Well, what are
reading
you
an
reading? The
update.
comments?
No, no. I'm reading about Tom Brady going back at Ryan Fitzpatrick's criticism on it. Not sure why he's still talking.
By the way, Tom Brady, he looks terrible. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. For any of the Tom Brady, your Tom Brady fans, I'm not disrespecting his game. I'm talking about he just looks terrible. Like he looks terrible. He's a good-looking guy. Good-looking guy who's become, I don't know, like what's up with the plastic surgery, bro? Like seriously. Yo, can anybody age gracefully? Gwen Stefani. Yo, No Doubt. Like I grew up on No Doubt. I like No Doubt. I love Gwen Stefani. I thought she was pretty as hell. Did you see her? Did you see
With
what
Gwen
she looks like?
Stefani?
Have you seen a picture of what she looks like? She went on the Seth Meyers show. Have you seen a picture?
Is it bad?
Yo, I don't even know who the fuck she is. I didn't even know it was her. What is up with this fucking age gracefully, man?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, she's what,
Age
40? She's like
50,
47?
no, 50 something.
Oh. Well, I mean, come on, man.
Bro, I'd rather you look like a 57-year-old aging gracefully than a 25-year-old that looks like a fucking leather bag.
I, I'm not gonna.
Age like Tom Brady, you could see, like, look at him. It looks like he got his jaw broken 3 times.
You know what? I don't think she looks that. I think it was probably her makeup that day.
No, go look at the one on go look at the season premiere of the Voice.
Yeah, she doesn't look that bad.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Her and
And
Blake
Tom Brady,
Shelton.
and tell me, you gonna tell me Tom Brady looks good too? Because he looks like he can star in the sequel to The Machinist. If anybody's ever seen what's his name? What's his fucking name? What's Batman's name? The good Batman trilogy. Christian Bale. Christian Bale. He looks like Christian Bale in The Machinist. Go ahead and pull up a picture of The Machinist and Tom Brady. Exactly alike.
I'm laughing because so as you know, David, I'm involved in a host of civic things and stuff like that. I just got an email from a guy who said he was referred to me by the CIA. So some of the shit I get in my DMs, man, like he's like, I was referred by the CIA to you, saying that you'd be the person to talk to. I'm like, no, I would not be, but thank you, Mr. CIA. Well, it looks like the Federal Reserve is now expected to raise interest rates once again. This is the last 10 minutes. They're gonna
We already
0.75.
tomorrow.
Yep.
But that's what's expected, 0.75.
Yep.
I want him to do 100 basis points.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Microsoft.
you're gonna stop this, then stop it. And at 100 basis points, everybody's starving. Because that's the main proponent, right? They came out and said, well, we didn't expect, people to continue to buy food. We were expecting people to fucking starve. Has anybody woke up to any of this shit? Is anybody awake?
Well, here's what they're focusing.
By the way, I really want to fucking talk about this subject.
Okay.
So somebody goes ahead and puts up one of my friends goes and he works for Morgan Stanley now. Shout outs to him. Works at Morgan Stanley. And he puts out this thing about somebody from Morgan Stanley talking about fucking Bitcoin. I'm listening to the conversation. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. No idea. So I make a comment. I'm like, has no idea what Bitcoin is. Has no idea what Bitcoin legitimately is. So I had an old coworker.
Are you pulling it up? You pulling up your receipts or something? So at this point, David is looking at. This is how passionate he is. He's going to show us. He's going to show us what he's ranting about because he is so upset about that. Because that's what happens when people become upset. They become obsessive over something that I still don't know what he's talking about. But in the meantime, yeah, David loses his mind like this. He is so, how ADD this dude is? He literally will DM you and like 30 seconds later call you and then DM you while he's talking to you on the phone. It is insane how ADD. Hey, you're back, David. What's up?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to do that when it's 12 inches.
It's funny how it's fun. Yeah, 12 inches, my ass.
It's metallic. It's a metallic size.
Yo, CZ went ahead and made a fucking joke. He was like, well, I put I think he said he put lipstick in his pocket, and now he feels. I forgot what he said. I gotta look it up, but it was funny. It was a funny joke, like kind of like, yo, now I feel small compared to Vitalik, kind of thing. I thought it, motherfucker's got a sense of humor, but this motherfucker worked with me. Yo, instead of giving me my flowers and telling me, yo, you've done an amazing job, this cocksucker went ahead and threw shade. Couldn't answer a fucking question. But threw shade. So fuck you. Don't worry, in 10 years, I'll bring you some coffee while you're still wiping down cars. That's right. That's right.
So is that you can't find it, but that's what you wanted to talk about?
It's a fucked up move.
Okay.
I think gauging the general public in crypto, you can see that people are kind of over Bitcoin and over cryptocurrency in general.
Really?
And the only conversations that people tune into are conversations to where nobody's saying anything. It's just people are just having a party. Nobody's dropping alpha. Seriously. Like nobody's dropping alpha. It's just a bunch of like I'm going into these rooms. Most of the rooms that I get into are just people just like cursing each other out. So we're in that time right now. We're in that where like there's really nothing to talk about. What alpha are you gonna give out? About what? What exactly? We could talk about what's gonna happen 10 years from now or 5 years from now. Or we could talk about what, I think we're gonna bottom out by December and then we're gonna start moving forward as we always do in these fucking cycles. Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about that. But then what else? What else can we talk about? Nothing.
I don't know.
There's nothing to talk about. We've already talked about Vitalik's penis size. That's already played its course. Right?
Oh, you were asking me a question.
Yeah, I was asking you a
Hasn't it played
question.
its course?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, for me, it's played its course. We can't talk about culture because people get easily offended by culture.
Who?
People in general get offended by culture.
And you know what, David? I have a question. Do people even know what the definition of culture is?
No.
That's the problem. We don't have a shared definition of things. Like, yo, if culture, if you really want to talk about it, it's a shared experience. That's really what a culture is. So, like, you don't have to always be in the same place as somebody to understand that, hey, I shared an experience. Like, hey, the culture of football is because guess what? You and I both played at some level. So we can talk about that culture. It
Is it
doesn't
wrong
mean
for
that
me
we
to
always got to agree about it. It's just that we share the same culture. And if you're in America, we share our culture of being Americans. There are different experiences. We have different views, but our shared culture is that we're Americans.
100%? And there should be no excuses because everybody has the same opportunity.
No, not everyone has the same opportunity. I said we have the same culture. We don't have the same opportunities.
Like I said, everybody has the same opportunities to be successful.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
But David, I can prove to you that they don't have the same opportunities. What they do have is a chance, but they don't have the same opportunity.
Everybody has the same chance.
They have the same chance. They don't have the same opportunities. You know what I mean?
Excuses.
No, they're not excuses. David, look, I'm look. You know, I'm a hardworking dude, right? Like anybody will tell you, my friends are like, "Yo, you at minimum have always worked at least 3 jobs, and I'm
Okay,
always
so what's your
involved in other
excuse?
activities."
What's your excuse?
There is no excuse because guess what?
Exactly.
My
Exactly.
parents. I'm saying that my parents, my 2 parents that I had in my home, showed me how to work. They worked jobs that they didn't like. They worked jobs they didn't want to take, but they always were working until they became successful. That's what my parents were able to show me through actions. A lot of people don't have that opportunity because mom and dad are gone. There was drugs. Like, I don't know about you, but remember we both have this shared experience. Remember when going down to 47th was a fucking nightmare? Nobody
Yeah.
took you down there. It was prostitutes, hookers, and drugs.
Yeah.
We had that shared experience. Well, guess what? Those same prostitutes, hookers, and drugs migrated into more neighborhoods that had people that look like me, and that disproportionately harms them. But doesn't mean that it went away. It just moved somewhere else. And that's what I'm saying. Not everyone has the same opportunity because they don't. That you and I both had parents that loved us. A lot of people don't have parents that love them, so they never get the opportunity to know that they could be better. They only know that they're not loved and they're pieces of shit because that's what their parents told them before they walked out the door on them. So not everyone has
Do
the same
you
opportunities.
do you here's 2 questions. One, do you believe that nobody has an opportunity in this new industry?
I think
And
everyone's
number
got an
2,
opportunity in this industry.
okay, do you believe this
This
industry is
industry,
racist?
crypto.
Yeah, this industry. And do you believe that this industry is racist?
Do I believe that there are? So to answer your question, the industry is not racist. I answered your question because I don't want to make excuses. The industry itself is not racist. People in the industry might be racist, but the industry itself is not racist.
Because you talk to, like, I remember having this conversation in Clubhouse, and I'm like, how I was sitting in a room, and there was an African American woman who came on stage. She was hosting the room. I happened to come into the room because I was invited into the room, and she started saying that crypto and the entire industry is racist. And then she started promoting her token.
And you know what
And
that
I'm
was?
sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, okay, you made a point. There are people that are racist, but this industry is not racist. Everybody has a chance to go ahead and be fucking great. Is it guaranteed that it's going to work out for you? No, but you have a chance if you put the effort in.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I really do.
But racism here? No.
I don't think the industry's racist. Like I said, I think there are people in the industry that are racist, but the industry itself is not racist.
I I was about to say something, but it'll probably be controversial, so I'm gonna hold back.
Say
Maybe
it. No, no, no.
people.
David.
I
Look,
think
let's stop. Let's
you
stop
know, but
teasing these
this is
people.
the fucking problem that I have. When you run a company, you got to say the right. But listen, you know what? I'm not always PC. You guys know that about me. I don't give a fuck. But like, there's sometimes you got to hold back. People ain't ready for real talk. That's the problem. I can just show you examples. I don't agree with Andrew Tate, but he got banned for expressing his own opinions. So we take away platforms for people who have opinions that don't suit the narrative currently in society. And then there's others that have mastered the way of treading the line and getting away with it. What happened to us where we actually appreciated people for being authentic?
Um,
No answer. There is no answer.
there is an answer, David, and look,
Why are we
all right,
pushing
America.
why are we pushing so hard? You know what makes people even more angry? I'm going to tell you what
Yeah.
makes people more angry. This is my personal opinion.
Okay.
When you start pushing things onto people and you make them say things that they don't want to say or appreciate, that causes more violence.
Hmm.
That causes more hatred, and that causes more people to become racist.
Several years ago, I had a friend. He said I had to use pronouns. Right? I didn't understand the pronouns. He said I need you to use these pronouns: they, them, or she, he. And I was like, why? Why don't I just call you by your name? And then my friend says, well, my name doesn't reflect who I am, and I don't know who I am right now. Now, I was a good friend, and so I respected my friend. Did I like that I had to use these weird pronouns that I didn't give a crap about? No, but I loved my friend enough to say, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. Now, at this juncture in my life, I use they, them for everybody. They or them. Why? Because I don't care. Don't care what your pronouns are. Don't care what your gender is. I just don't. I just learned that if I use they, them, it was neutral. And then you could fill in the blanks. Or I just call you by your name. You know how much energy that took me, David? Zero. You know how much money it cost me? Zero. So I learned that things that don't cost me time or money are not worth a fight because guess what? It ain't my issue. I've learned that overall, that is what's wrong with our culture, is that we don't give people the respect that they're asking for. Just give it. You may not like something because you don't like it, but if someone says, hey man, call me they, them, or call me she, or call me Melissa, and you used to know me Terry, just call them by whatever the fuck their name is. Move on. And if you don't like them, don't hang around them anymore.
So if
See,
I ask you,
there used to be peace and tolerance.
So if I asked you to call me a hamster, would you call me a hamster?
David, what's your name?
Hamster. I would like you to call me a hamster.
What's your name?
I just would like for you to recognize me as being a hamster.
What is your name?
Address me as hamster.
Is that your name now?
Hamster.
If hamster is your name, I'll call you by your name that you want to be called by.
No, but I think, come on. Can
It's a
we?
name,
Come on,
David.
it's
If I want to call you, I
you're
asked you
being
your name.
you're being forced to say it.
No, I'm not forcing you to do anything. You're not forcing
No,
me to do
you're being
anything.
forced to say it.
Tell me your name. If I don't want to say pronouns, just tell me your name.
My name is David.
All right, I'll call you David. Fuck it.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. We're done. Argument over. I'll call you David. How you identify as has nothing to do with our conversation. But if you need me to call you
No, but
David,
like,
I will call you David.
but seriously, think about it. Somebody's gonna tell me to call them a cat. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? Like, seriously, I want you to help me. Maybe help me. How do I call somebody a fucking cat? Help me out here. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to change. Why would I call somebody a fucking cat when they're not a cat? So you know what? Fuck it. If we're going this route, I want to be known as a hamster. I'm a hamster.
Fine. But what's your name?
I'm a hamster.
Is that your name?
What do you mean, sir?
What is your name?
I'm just giving you the same thing, the same
No.
dialogue.
No, I'm
No,
not.
but
Because
this is
guess
the
what?
conversation.
Because guess what? Because in the dialogue, if somebody is trans or non-binary, you know what I say? What is your name? And they'll give me their name. And then that's what I'll call them. And done deal. I don't have to identify them as she, her, them, they. I just, hey, David.
We are. I'm telling you, like, uh, if you're on YouTube right now and you see my face, yes, I am fucking confused. No, 100%. There, 100. This does not mean I don't respect somebody. I respect every human life. God bless everybody. I hope everybody lives 120 years plus. I honestly do not wish harm upon anybody. Even my worst enemies, I don't wish harm on them. God bless them. Period. I don't wish harm on anybody. Zero. I just don't understand the culture. I don't understand this new society, bro. I'm telling you, I do not fit in. I've made videos about me saying don't fit in. I really do not fit in. I don't. But you know what the problem is? It's freedom of speech. Because freedom of speech is a tool to allow you to program your brain correctly to this current society. We're not allowed to use freedom of speech the way we
Oh,
were
absolutely
allowed
people are.
to use it 20 years ago. So that's the problem. Don't
You know,
understand anything.
in 1968, freedom of speech brought in a group of people who were so radical that they took out the draft by the end of it. The draft was removed because people had the freedom of speech in the 70s, right? We
Good.
eliminated
Actually,
the institution of the
people
draft.
should be able to speak.
Yeah. Those
Why did
same
Muhammad
people,
Ali have to go? Why did Muhammad Ali have to go fight a war that he didn't believe in?
exactly. It was
He
against
didn't
his
believe in
faith.
it.
Yeah,
It was against his religion. Don't we respect religion?
absolutely. But guess
We
what,
obviously
David?
don't.
Well, David, here's the thing. The same people today who are saying that the woke culture is taking out America, go back and find out where those motherfuckers were at on that situation. Because half of these people, half of these old ass motherfuckers, excuse my language, I'm about to go off. Half of these old ass people that are out there telling people what to think now were back then going, I don't want to fight. Donald Trump fucking came up with excuses, Captain Bone Spur, but then calls people pussies. Man, fuck you, dude. My homies, my brothers served. That's why I get mad at people. Y'all ain't the only ones that served. We served too. My grandfathers, it's taken a lot more from my family. I got 2 dead grandfathers, a lot of uncles that are messed up because of wars they didn't want to fight. But guess what? They fought them anyway. Why? Because the country asked them to. But it's the woke culture of guys like me. Get out of here. I'm not even that woke. What you really want to talk about? Because I was never asleep. My mother once told me, hey, do you give presents on Jesus's birthday? And I was like, well, no. She's like, do you know why? I go, no. She's like, do you get them on your brothers? I said, no. And she goes, exactly. It makes logical sense. You shouldn't get presents on somebody else's birthday. The expectation is now that we give presents on Christmas because guess what? It's the right. No, it's not. You celebrate the holiday if you are a Christian. You celebrate the holiday of someone else's birth, not yours. And so you shouldn't get prison gifts. I've been so woke that I've always thought like that. My line of thinking has always been about how do we better our society while not hurting people. That's what we
But
really got to do.
we are hurting people though. We are. Even in this conversation, when you're forcing somebody to say something that they don't believe in, you are hurting people and you're getting them angry. And then fucked up shit happens. That's the problem.
Well, hold on. What? Well, first off, whatever happened to the F Your Feelings crew? What happened to that group?
I don't give a fuck.
I tell people all the time, like, well, just because we talked about it, doesn't mean I'm mad. What? You're not mad? I'm like, why would I be? We had a conversation. You don't agree with me, but that's okay. I can move on. Like literally, my mother called me after watching our podcast, and she goes, "Wow, I never thought about just moving on from that subject matter instead of not being mad." Think about it. How about you let go of that issue and you say, "Okay, here's another issue I do agree with them on." There is a great Saturday Night Live episode where it's Black Jeopardy. It's got Tom Hanks as a redneck, and they agree on almost everything, except like one little thing about the president or the former president. But I was like, but otherwise, we agree on 90% of the things we actually do care about. How we get there, yeah, that's a difference of opinion, but we do agree. Do I agree there's immigration issues? Absolutely. Should we have taken care of them 50 years ago? 100%. But did we? No, because it's a political talking point for some talking heads to tell you that, guess what? They know more than you and they'll take care of it. We should. Why is a generation, why are 3 generations left carrying the bag of something that they should have figured out in the 1960s? Don't make sense. But we are. And now we've got to be angry about discussing it. What Ron DeSantis did was illegal. You cannot go to another state, pick people up, bring them to your state, and then send them to Martha's Vineyard. That's just illegal. It's just illegal. The law is the law. Don't care what you think. The law is the law. That's illegal.
So it's also illegal for illegal immigrants to be in this country.
See, that's the funny part. Those are asylum seekers, and asylum seekers had already been registered. So it's a much different issue.
Hold on. A lot of them aren't. And a lot of them,
the Venezuelans are asylum seekers. They are all asylum seekers. That is noted.
You want to go ahead and come into this country, you need to go ahead and go through the same process like everybody else. Everybody else.
Like who?
What do you mean, like who?
Well, everyone else, like who? Because most of them do come.
Anybody. I don't give a fuck who you're from, whether it's Mexico, whether it's Canada, whether it's fucking from another country in Eastern Europe coming here. Like, you need to go through the entire process like the system calls for. You have to go through the process.
David, they're asylum seekers. If a Ukrainian comes in right now, they're asylum seekers.
If you come into this country illegally and don't say a word, okay? Don't say a word.
But they did.
That's not asylum seeking.
They are asylum seekers. Because, David, you cannot get an asylum seeker cannot. David, your family came here.
Yeah, they came here basically because they were allowed to come here. They were kicking Jews the fuck out of
they were being persecuted. They were being persecuted. And I agree. They came here.
You know the first fucking ship? The first ship, my ancestors were supposed to be here. They fucking turned the ship around. They said, fucking Jews, out of here.
That's terrible. That is absolutely disgusting.
And you know where the Jews went back to? They went right into Hitler's hands.
And again, that is absolutely disgusting. Asylum seekers are seeking asylum for a reason. This country has made terrible mistakes, but we have to be able to omit those mistakes and figure out how we correct them, David. That is the most important thing. Is we have to be able to fix our mistakes. And how we fix them is not kicking it downhill and not talking about it.
I'm not talking about, you know what? But that's one. Number two, not shutting people's mouths. And even if we have a difference of opinion, shutting somebody up doesn't mean that you won. You suppress the conversation. I don't mind if people want to come to the United States of America and better their lives, but get in line. There's a lot of people trying to get in here. You're skipping the line. And then you're claiming you're seeking. asylum. Like, come on.
There's a great book that I was reading. It's called Coddling of the American Mind. A lot of people think these people are leftists or rightists, but they're actually just educators. They're professors. And one of the things they talk about are the fact that we as a society are coddling too many people. Like, look, you should not feel unsafe because someone's conversation you don't like. That doesn't make you unsafe. Safety is about like, hey, is this gonna detrimentally harm me to like the point where I could be like put at risk? That's unsafe. But like your feelings aren't necessarily always going to be protected everywhere you go. We have to understand that there's a difference between your feelings and your safety. I believe that you should be safe wherever you go, but I shouldn't be like at risk of being murdered. Which, David, by the way, I have been at risk of being murdered because in this country, a gay man in America, when I was coming up, you should still be fired from your job. You could still be killed and not actually charged. The person could not be charged. You know that. Do you know in Wyoming where Matthew Shepard was left to die over a fence? Matthew Shepard had grown up in Wyoming. His mother was from Wyoming. He had a great family, but because he was gay, they legally thought they could kill him. The same way at one point they thought they could lynch me and not get away with it. America has some really deep-rooted weirdness to it, but at the same time, you have to be able to recognize that our laws do not protect everybody. They are not equitable. They are not consistent. They are inequitable at times. And that's been my focus, always be my focus, is that we have to make sure that we have laws that protect everyone at the same rate and not just a few people at a higher rate. Because I remember, I've been threatened. Like my life has been threatened more than once. I mean, the Westboro Baptist Church has offered to pay for my funeral several times. That's America, man. Some of us
I don't
experience
think
a different America.
I don't think it was due to you being gay though.
No, Westboro Baptist Church, 100%. It's definitely due to me being gay. Because I made
I
public
don't think
statements about, marriage
are
equality
you,
being, the law of the land. And they were like, you're going to die. We're going to kill you. We'll pay for your funeral. All right, whatever.
no, I just think that you're a loudmouth son of a bitch. I don't think it has anything to do with being gay though.
Oh, you're so kind.
Look, I grew up in New York, so like the topic for me is like I've been surrounded by everybody. And I have never heard anybody. Shout outs to Brooklyn, shout outs to Coney Island. I've never heard anybody around me say that they don't have the same opportunity as me.
Well, I hope everyone has the same opportunity. Woo,
And
David.
the reason why I know we're 3 minutes away from closing up.
I know,
I've been watching
crazy.
the monitor, but like that in itself, like I feel like that's something that you can put inside your head and automatically become defeated and not be able to live up to your potential. If you really want something, you go get it.
Oh, I think we both know that we do. Guys like you and I will. We will always go for what we believe in. We're not going to hold back. We're not going to be scared. I think
What
that's what America needs. They need people that are going to be able to say, "Look, there's truth, and then there's lies, and somewhere in between, we have to have a conversation to figure out which one is which."
would you say that everybody knows about crypto at this point?
Fuck no.
No, in the United States of America.
No, I don't think a lot of people do. I think what we
How
do
many,
is they're tricked. They think they do,
give
but
me
they
a
don't.
percentage of people that know about Bitcoin.
I'll say about 45%.
Okay. I'm telling you right now that I probably know people that instead of getting themselves into Bitcoin, they are buying Montclair jackets, they're buying the new Yeezys, they're buying chains, and they're buying used cars where the values are just ridiculous. Because they go out, you can't go and take Bitcoin and show it off, but you goddamn can put on all this shit and roll around the block and people say, "Oh shit, this dude's got money," instead of investing into yourselves. That's the difference. They know about it. They know about it. And you know what? In 5 years, they'll be like, "Oh shit, I could have done this." So the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there. I guess I'll leave that up to you and your new show when it comes out, The Culture, and you can go ahead and
Oh
dive
yeah,
deeper into
baby.
it.
Culture is going to be premiering next month. We are going to talk about uh, everything, and it's not a crypto based show. Like, folks, I'm going to be real with you. The culture is going to be talking about how it's you know what, David, I'm just going to let it be known. It's no cap culture. That means we're not going to tell any lies, no falsehoods. I'm going to let anybody who wants to come up speak. If you've got an idea, DM me. Let's get you on the show, because guess what? I may not agree with you, but it's better to have a conversation than none at all, because that's when we stop moving forward and we start moving backwards. So let's move forward and let's have a conversation. No cap culture, presented by Gokhshtein Media. It's gonna be in fuego.
I'm excited to see it. And this show with me and Akil in the mornings, the breakdown, episode 61, was sponsored by Unstoppable Domains. Get yourself an NFT domain name. Go to gokhshteinmedia.com, click the link, go ahead and do yourself a favor, have an NFT domain name. Um, think about the domain names when they first popped off. Also, shout out to G Media for hosting us on the platform. At the end of the day, we are content creators. People are like, yo, hold on, this is your company. No, 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 no. It's not. You got it all mixed up. And second, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's tuned into YouTube and everybody who's tuned into Twitter Spaces to listen to us talk about real shit today, because that's what we want to do. Like me and Akil personally, before we go off the air here, like we want to just talk about real shit. Like we really want to. I'm not down with this PC culture. I don't want anybody calling me a hamster. Like I just want to. Like literally, my name's David Gokhshtein, and you can. I know you're gonna have a hard time pronouncing my last name, so you can call me Dave, or you can call me an asshole, whatever. But you don't have to call me a hamster, unless I don't know. Some people might start fucking calling me a hamster, but um, I just want to go ahead and talk without walking on eggshells, and I'm not the type to walk on eggshells. But now, with the breakdown for the next 2 hours, it is and it will allow us to go ahead and speak freely about issues in the world today and in crypto and Web3, etc. So I appreciate everybody. Listen, 61 episodes is a lot. That is a lot. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate Mike for coming on today and literally putting his entire face into the camera. um, I will attend. Yeah, just send me the DM. I will attend the show. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you very much for the comment. Great show. Absolutely. Micro. Remember, guys, in these times, just think, what would Matt Wallace do? Have a great day. Oh my God, you just made you just yeah. I want to get a clip of that. Um,
Hey, Matt Wallace. Hey,
oh my
Matt
God.
Wallace. Come out wherever you are.
I don't know if
Well, they
anybody's
get a
watching
load of
YouTube right
me.
now. This is insane. But I remember being before we go. I remember being in the spaces, uh, and Akil is funny. So like nobody knew. Nobody knows that Akil's gay, right? Like you meet Akil, you don't know that he's gay. You just don't. And I guess it shook Matt Wallace. I'll never forget that when you started talking and you said, "You're like, hey babe, come on, baby." Yo, I was crying on the floor because you know what? It's like there's no reaction. There's no comeback. There is nothing you can do. You're just done. And like he didn't know what the fuck to say. Like it was you were getting so intense on him that it was just like, and it was like, come here, I'll bend you. Like it was just like, I was like, oh my God. I was sitting back and I was dying. I was like dying laughing. I had to mute myself, and I don't mute myself a
Come
lot.
here, big boy. Let me butter your bread.
Yeah, it was some shit like that, bro. I was honestly like, look, you can see me. I'm laughing on YouTube because I'm recollecting. You did that to somebody else, and you really got them out the
Oh, we
fucking.
did
Oh,
crypto bully.
bully,
Crypto bullies
bully.
get so.
Yeah. So, yo, bully didn't know. He didn't know that you were gay, and then it was funny. He didn't know you were gay, and here's a gay man sitting in the room, and bully is getting on me. Like bully was getting on me for some reason. So here comes Akil, and he comes into the room and goes, "Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy. I'll lift. I'll show you lifting or some shit like that."
I
And
said, I
yo,
told him I'd lift it. I said, I'd lift you up. And he's like, what? What? Why would you do that? I'm like, yeah, baby. You know, I like me a strong little leg man, you know, and
yo,
big
oh my
back.
God.
I grabbed him shoulder blades. He's like, why are you saying these things to me? But it's like,
Yo,
look, here's what
he
I've
raced
learned.
out the room. He raced out the room.
Well, he just dropped down and he came back and he's like, oh, I have nothing wrong with gay people. I just was freaked out that you were saying it to me. And I was like,
Nah.
how do you think women feel when guys say shit to them like that? Look, that's actually what made me more of a feminist too, by the way, is that understanding where like when you step back and you realize how shitty guys can be to some women, you're like, yo, I get it. I get it. Because guys say some messed up things. You know, it's like old church ladies when they see me, they just be like, look at you, big baby. I'd eat you up. I'm like, oh, man. Like,
I
well,
think the respect factor from both sides have been lost, and I hope that somehow, some way, that can be built back up in terms of the way you treat a woman and a woman should treat a man. That's been
absolutely.
lost. That's been
I, th-
really
I
lost
think
in
I think we should
society.
treat our women. I think we should treat women as their royalty, because they do give us life. And like even as a gay man, like I respect women because guess what? They do give life. They also support
100.
families like no other. Like
Yeah,
I saw my dad work. I saw my mom grind.
yeah.
Mom's
There's
grind.
no,
Like, yo, I got to get dinner on the table. I got to get y'all ready for bed while your dad's doing other things. Like, that's why I said, David, partnerships. If you have a good partner in life that helps you out, there's nothing that can beat it. Male, female, or indifferent. Two loving parents in a home is better than none at all. So let's make sure that we keep loving up on these kids that are suffering from mental health issues, from depression, from anxiety. And if you need help, call out the suicide hotline. Let somebody know. Talk to a family member. There are people that are actually able to help you get that help, because I'd never want to bury another one of our former athletes ever.
And on that note, because we can close it up on that, because I don't want to take that away. That is it's a serious issue, and I hope that, just like Akil said, seek help, man. Rather go ahead and how did Patty say it? Patty, that UFC fighter, he said, "I'd rather have you lean on my shoulder than go to your funeral." So,
Yeah, and lean on
um,
your coffin.
so guys, like, seek help, man. And with that, the Gokhshtein Media merch store. Go get yourself some merch.
Sell out so David can bullshit and go after Matt Wallace. Full stop. Buy the sweater, y'all. Buy the sweater. Comfy.
And on that note, thank you very much for tuning in to episode 61 of The Breakdown. I am David Gokhshtein, your host, alongside Akil Patterson. Akil, go ahead and take the mic away for this one.
Have a great day and an even better tomorrow.